Good morning. So this reading is for Monday, February 3rd. And I'm just pulling a little bit about our past. Okay. Current energy. And future energy. Okay, so looking here, bottom of the deck, I have the King of Pentacles showing up. So the King of Pentacles does indicate a period of stability. It feels like this right now is one of those time periods where things have been shifting and changing, but you're figuring out how to make it work for you and what is going to be your best path forward. Whatever's taking place around you, because I'm definitely getting almost like a whirlwind of chaos, where if you're standing in the middle of some sort of hurricane or twister of some sort, that's what it looks like. There's so much that's changing around you, but it's not a disaster in the way that those are natural disasters. It's more of things are shifting in such a way so that almost they can resettle where they belong. That's the energy that I'm picking up on. So let's jump into the reading because I think that's really fascinating here. Past energy, we do have the Seven of Swords with the Ten of Cups. Seven of Wands with the Justice came up here. So the way that the past played out, there were some lies, misunderstandings, misperceptions of a situation here. Ten of Cups energy. So something that you expected to be a long-term opportunity or really kind of be in it for the long haul. Ten of Cups is about a long-term emotional fulfilling energy. And it usually is related to family, but that's not always the case for everybody. This could be around like a love partnership where it was family, but this feels more like, because missed opportunity is not the right word, but that's what I keep getting, because it's not a missed opportunity. It's something that you thought would go much further than what it did. And what happened was it just hit its expiration date. There was going to be a natural end to whatever the situation was. It was never going to be what you needed it to be. Even from a career standpoint, if you jumped into a career path thinking, okay, I love this, I'm going to enjoy doing this for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and you're kind of into it now and you're thinking, well, this just isn't what I want it to be. Again, showing up in the past. So you hit this point of, this isn't really what I thought it was. I'm not getting that fulfillment that I thought I was getting out of it. So career, love, family, whatever it is, something about the situation shifted. That's what I'm getting. There was a shift. And so it took a lot more to find and regain the balance here, because it just wasn't working for you anymore. And so you were almost looking for reasons to find that stability and having trouble finding it, maintaining it. That's all showing up in the past here. Current energy, we do have the Ace of Swords with the Nine of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So talk about a new beginning, but this new beginning, I mean, with the Nine of Cups right there directly in the center, you're talking about the clarity, the desire to go after something here that is more fulfilling, that's in alignment with what you want. Ace of Pentacles, start the journey, just really plan, come up with something here, because this is a long-term commitment. This is a long-term opportunity that you really are going after. And so it's about coming up with the strategy. So you can, if you're kind of right there at the new beginning, because you are, and you're trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I really go after it? How do I merge myself into this path forward? What do I need to do? That's the planning that needs to take place here, but it's being driven by your goals and your dreams here. So let that really guide you. With that Ace of Swords showing up, things are going to fall into place quicker than you realize. And it's almost like a click. Things are just going to click for you. You're going to understand the steps that you need to take and when you need to take them. And it's kind of, I'm getting a strong sense of a leap of faith here as well. When I look at the future energy, I'm getting the Knight of Cups. So that's you pursuing your dreams. We have the Five of Pentacles showing up. This is you leaving something behind. And we have the Queen of Swords with the Six of Swords. So this is a lot of very strong movement showing up here. With the Knight of Cups and the Five of Pentacles, you are leaving something out in the cold to go after something here that you really want to pursue. And with that Queen of Swords energy, it's really channeling that Ace of Swords. You know this. You have that clarity to say, okay, this is what I truly want to go after. It's okay to make pivots. It's okay to make different decisions. If your original plan didn't work out the way that you wanted it to, there's nothing wrong with that. You learned a lot about yourself during the entire experience. And so it's about being open to changing direction here and just being open to that. So let's get more details here. Tell me about the Ten of Cups. With the Seven of Swords, we have the Five of Wands. When something didn't go the way that you wanted to go, or you kind of hit this point during the journey where you said, okay, I'm really not sure this is going to work for me, and it would be related to maybe not seeing all the obstacles and challenges, or not being prepared for obstacles and challenges, or it just felt like at every turn you were encountering obstacles and challenges. This is coming through pretty strongly. And so the purpose of these obstacles and challenges was to kind of get you to kind of turn in a different direction, go down a different path, make different decisions here. And it feels like you did, because that's showing up here in the past, but it took a while. It didn't happen overnight. With the Ten of Cups, I'm getting the Three of Swords. And so there was a situation again where you thought it was just going to go the distance. It did not go the way that you wanted it to go. It feels like you had a hard time letting go because it was connected to expectations and dreams and the things that you wanted to pursue. And you had already put in so much effort and energy into the situation that it almost felt like you were doing yourself a disservice if you pulled back. But you weren't, because it wasn't the right fit for you. It was, it really became like an unhealthy, toxic situation for you, and you had to remove yourself from it. It really was at the expense of your own balance and stability and just everything that you want for yourself. Because with that Seven of Wands and the Justice card, this is what you were fighting for. That's being clarified by the world. So this is a chapter that's closed. You really have moved on from a situation. You saw the truth in a situation and got yourself out of it, because I'm actually getting the physical removal of you from this situation. So take it as it resonates. Some people did change career paths. Some people did change relationships and dealt with different family things, because that Ten of Cups does kind of represent a lot here. So however it applies in your situation, it feels like kind of the hardest part is done, because getting yourself out of the situation is the hardest part. And I say that from experience too. I don't know why I'm getting this, but I know it's come up in some readings before, but I was married, and I was married for 7 years, and I'm the one that called it. Long story short, it was during one of my mom's cancers. She had 3, and it was during her second cancer. She ended up in a coma. And when I came home from the hospital the one day, I just said, this is it. I can't do this anymore. I'm not happy. You're not happy. Like, this is just, there was no cheating. There was none of that kind of any situation even close to that. There was none of it. We didn't get along, and we were just not a good match. And he had actually tried to call it a couple of years earlier, and just, we never followed through with it. And so now it was like, okay, it's kind of time now. And so it was one of those situations where the whole ride home from the hospital to my house, I'm like kind of psyching myself up, listening to songs to really get myself psyched up. Like, I have to do this, and it has to be today. I am sacrificing my own health. I am sacrificing my happiness here. I can't live like this. And so it was almost like a sigh of relief when I did it, when I called it. And as soon as I did, he said, okay. And now, granted, I'm making it sound much more amicable than it really was, because no divorce is truly amicable. I mean, you're fighting over assets and everything else, but I mean, it was probably as amicable as it could be. But he didn't question it, because again, he was in the same situation as me. He knew it wasn't the right fit, but he was never going to call it, and so I did. And so it's kind of one of those situations where once you're out of it, I just remember feeling this big weight being lifted off my shoulder. And I did it on a Sunday. I went into work on a Monday, and people were asking me, is everything okay with your mom? I mean, yes, to an extent, she had woken up from being in a coma, but it was the relief from not being trapped in a loveless marriage and feeling unhappy and miserable all the time. And that was just that started radiating, and it really kind of propelled me forward. Did open up a lot of opportunities for me just to kind of reconnect with myself. Somebody needed to hear that story. It's not something I talk about a lot because it's been almost 5 years at this point. No, actually, it's been almost 6 years. So it's been a minute. Anyway, continuing on with the reading here. So current energy, clarifying the Ace of Swords, is the Moon card. This is what you're getting clear on, how you feel about a situation, the direction that you want to go, because you have that new beginning. Nine of Cups being clarified with the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords, this is the distance from the past. This is that closed cycle that you ended, that you walked away from. Nine of Cups, Ten of Swords, it's still having some sort of influence on you, but it feels more like the influence it's having on you is showing you that you're not going to go down the same path. Think of it as like, I've already done all of these things and I didn't like these things, so I'm not going to repeat them in the future. That's what this Ten of Swords feels like. You're being very cautious and careful not to repeat anything that happened in the past that you just did not want to repeat, anything that you didn't like, anything that just did not sit well with you at all. You're definitely moving in a smarter direction because you're incorporating all of that knowledge into your decision-making process. And this is going to come up in your planning as well, because clarifying this Ace of Pentacles, we do have the Page of Cups. Pages are messages and these are new beginnings, but the way that this is coming across is you're very focused on what you want. And this is an emotional need because your emotional needs weren't met in the past. And so you're really letting that drive you now as far as planning out the path, figuring out what you want to do next, and just taking those steps that you need to take. Okay, we'll take them both. This is interesting. So clarifying this Knight of Cups energy. So this is a movement card. All of the Knights are about movement. And so we go from the Page of Cups where you're kind of planning, thinking, maybe having conversations with other people, to actually taking action against those desires that you have. Clarifying that Knight of Cups, we have the Knight of Pentacles with the Justice. That Knight of Pentacles, that's all of your experience. This is the card of being a student. So you're incorporating all of that knowledge. You're really focused on your own stability here, keeping things balanced. It's showing up in your past, it's showing up in your future. So whatever happened here, the mark that it left behind was you prioritizing yourself, your emotional needs, not repeating anything that you already know isn't going to work for you. And so I love how this is playing out because you're not just dismissing it all. You're not trying to repeat any of those past cycles. You really are creating a fresh start for yourself. Clarifying the Five of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is that self-imposed prison of the mind. And so this is what you're letting go of. It's the overthinking, overanalyzing. You've already done a lot of the work already. There's no reason to kind of keep going over the same things again and again. You have this clear understanding on what you want going forward. And so it's about stepping out of your comfort zone, getting out of your head, really doing something, taking some sort of action here. And that's exactly what this is, because this is more movement. So with that Queen of Swords, Six of Swords, this is you moving on from a situation, really putting the past behind you, but really trying to embrace this new journey. It's being clarified with the Queen of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles here. So I like the way that this is playing out because this is a lot of stability coming through. Whatever your journey is, whatever your path is here, you are embracing something that you really want to go after. And this is something that you're going to grow and nurture over time. So you're showing up in both of these cards. This is not different energy. This is all your energy. And so I love the way that you're kind of entering into this with this very stable mindset and this kind of abundance plan that you're creating for yourself to create more stability, allow yourself that kind of grace. Move forward if you need to, make different decisions, go down a different path if you need to, all of it. It's about being open to these opportunities and making maybe small decisions along the way that really kind of hone in and don't get you stuck in a pattern that just leads to the same disappointment and the heartbreak that you experienced already. So this is the reading for Monday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.